Hi, welcome back to Herbal Bunny's Pharmacy. My name is Dr. Tamitha Davis. Today I want to talk about autoimmune diseases and pregnancy. But before we begin, hit the subscribe button if you want more information on autoimmune diseases, health and healing, herbal remedies, and gardening. This is your place. I want to start a whole series on autoimmune specifically. My daughter has 2 autoimmune diseases. She has myasthenia gravis and she has Graves' disease. She has the thyroid eye disease. And myself, I was diagnosed a few years back with POTS. And my mom, she has Cushing's disease and she has hyperthyroidism. And if you have an autoimmune disease, you know that there can be triggers that can make the autoimmune disease symptoms much worse. Most of these autoimmune diseases has some sort of a hormonal imbalance. And if you've seen any of my other previous videos where I talk about hormones, I talk about hormones being linked to gut dysbiosis, gut diseases, gut issues. One of the triggers for autoimmune symptoms to get worse is stress. And being pregnant can not only throw off your hormones, but can also be very, very stressful. So if you're pregnant and have an autoimmune disease, it's extremely important that you keep a very good gut health and to balance out your hormones and manage your stress levels, which is easier said than done. I've talked about in other videos how I actually was able to heal myself and to reverse my autoimmune disease, the POTS. And now that I'm pregnant, my hormones are going crazy and I have added stress. So I've been noticing that my POTS symptoms are starting to come back. Some of the symptoms I've been experiencing is pretty typical with somebody who is pregnant, like feeling kind of breathless, kind of nauseated, or a faster heart rate. However, if you have an autoimmune disease, those things can be a little worse or a lot worse. So I want to talk to you about some tips that I have been doing to help me with the symptoms that I've been having, along with some resources that I will link down below to the connection between autoimmune diseases and hormone imbalances. You know, I'm really big on doing meditation and positive affirmation. So I got a journal and I've been writing in that every day to affirm that I am healthy, that my baby's healthy, that I have a loving environment around me. I meditate on that. I do it pretty frequently throughout the day when I'm having a stressful moment at work. Many of you know that I take care of my mother and my brother. So that can be extremely stressful because they don't like to listen. But I just keep repeating those affirmations in my mind, or I can just go to a private area just for a few minutes just to pull out my notes and just read my affirmations and just kind of be in the moment and not be thinking about what's going on, what could happen, what did happen. I just try to live in the present moment and just feel my affirmations that I am loved, I am healthy. And that really helps to get your mind back on track and help lower your cortisol levels. I've been taking naps. When you're pregnant, first trimester, I've heard other women say even second, third trimester, they can be pretty tired, but I have been exhausted. So those naps after work, or I'll even tell my mom in the middle of the day, I want to go home and take a nap. She's like, well, you could go to my bedroom and take a nap. I tried that. I didn't sleep because she was in there. She's narcissistic and I couldn't nap. Taking time out for myself has been a game changer. Just getting by myself, putting the dogs away, and just taking like an hour or 2 nap before I continue throughout my day has really helped with my energy levels. Also making sure I've been staying hydrated. Eating my leafy greens, doing some green juices to get my vitamins and minerals in, and just feed my body nourishment has really been awesome. And not focusing on what has happened or what is my mom going to do, where am I going to put the baby. I try not to focus on all of that it's important to have that conversation. You know, it is important. Where am I going to put my baby? You know, where's he going to sleep? So, you know, have those conversations with your spouse or significant other, and then leave it at that. Okay? If something else changes, put it on him. You deal with it. Avoiding negative talk. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to do when you just kind of get in that moment and you're venting to somebody. You just kind of start having a complain fest. So I've been trying to avoid that. Because it can just make your cortisol levels go out of whack. You're already hormonal, and you just want to just try to avoid any negativity. Like my husband and I were watching news last night, and the first 7 thing that they talked about was negative. Somebody getting shot, somebody in a car accident, or looking for somebody. I had to leave. I removed myself from the situation because I could just feel inside that anxiety. So I just removed myself, went into my room, and did my positive affirmations. Recently, I've been having these moments where I just feel overwhelmingly sad. And I would be at work or whatever, I'd be getting frustrated, and I feel like I want to cry, or I'm driving, I'm choking back tears. I'm like, okay, I'm almost home. If I get home, I can cry then. But that adds more stress. So what I've started doing is just finding a safe spot, pull over, and just cry. There's nothing wrong with that. And in the midst of crying, I pull out my affirmations and say, I am healthy, I am beautiful, I am loved, and it'll pass. And within just a few minutes, you know, I pray. You know, I'm a firm believer in God, and so I get into my prayer state, and I just ask God to just touch my body and to balance out my hormones, and just do some deep breathing. I do the square breathing where you breathe in 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts, you breathe out for 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts, and you breathe in for 4 counts, out for 4, in, hold for 4, and breathe. You know, I know I just kind of messed that up, but you got what I'm saying. I've been stressing out over housework. You know, I like to clean my floors every day. I like to sweep them, and every few days mop them. I have pets, and I just been really, really exhausted after work. I don't feel like doing that, or even in the mornings, I don't feel like doing it because I'm thinking about my day. And I'm like, you know what? There's 2 other teenagers that are here. There's my daughter and my stepson. And guess what? You know, there's nothing wrong with putting their butts to work. In the evenings before bed, I like to kind of wind down by either taking a bath or going into my room and reading something positive, usually some positive pregnancy stories, or reading up on yoga. I'm signed up for pregnancy yoga. I'm really excited to be starting that. Probably be Wednesday, be my only day off. So I'm really excited to do that, doing massage therapy. But in the evenings, I play some nice relaxing music. I'll maybe put some essential oils in my mister thing, or I'll burn a candle, an essential oil candle, and just kind of just to unwind and everything. And maybe I'll bring some lotion to my husband. Here, can you rub my feet? You know, or give me a back massage, or brush my hair. Last night, my husband and I, we played a card game, just anything to help kind of relax you. I've been doing my sleepy time tea to help me sleep. That has been improving. I'm still waking up around 5 o'clock, but things are getting a lot better, so I'm not quite as exhausted throughout the day. Just really keeping your stress levels under control and balancing and keeping your hormones balanced. I mean, your hormones are going to be fluctuating all over the place anyway while you're pregnant, but just helping to keep those in check and keeping the stress levels in check is going to really help with any of those autoimmune conditions, autoimmune diseases, symptoms. All right, you guys, I will be talking more about autoimmune diseases and the link between hormone imbalances in another series I'm working on. I've got my notes and my book and stuff, so I'll be looking forward for that. And if you want to join along with me on that one, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!